Clark Andrew Libbey has been playing a unique blend of original Americana, country gospel, and acoustic classics throughout the Southwest. We're glad to have him on the show tonight to talk about his work and upcoming performances.
Clark, thanks for joining me
Yeah,
tonight to
thanks,
talk more
Teresa.
about your music and what you have going on. So,
Sure,
I want to start with how it started with you. Where did the inspiration for you to become a musician, to start playing music begin?
sure. I pretty much started singing since before I can remember how old I was. I've been singing in choirs since I was very, very small, and I always had that sort of magic voice before my voice changed, when I got to a little bit older. And so I'd always get the leads, or I'd have sort of a prominent role in these little children's choirs that would tour around and things like that. And then when I went away to college, started getting into playing instruments, picked up bass, picked up guitar, drums, started writing songs, things like that. And it's kind of been something that's been something I've done since I've always done it. I just don't even know when there's been a time I haven't sang with my friends. And I was the cheesy kid that would break out into song in the hallway. I mean, I just couldn't help it, you know what I mean? So, and did musical theater and all that stuff. Yeah,
it was
just
just
right in
in
there
your
from
blood.
the beginning. Yeah.
So, when it comes to music, was there that one piece of music that you heard that you thought, yeah, I'm in the right field. This is what I should be doing.
I mean, there's always some individual examples of some groups that have, things that touch you and meet you somewhere. But it's hard to say that there's one individual example. I think the thing that I really get into with music and what I really enjoy is leaving, like the idea that the notes that you play are so much less important than the notes you don't play.
Yeah.
And the space that you leave for your other fellow musicians to give them a little space to work around and to work off of each other. And there are some examples, I think, of some musicians that do that really well. And one of the early ones I remember hearing was Miles Davis's Kind of Blue. Oh. That album has such beautiful space on it, and it's recorded so well. And you can hear the breath of all the instruments. And then sort of more a modern example of something like that, that's something that's more like what we sound like, because I really don't play jazz very much.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, a little bit, but not much. Is somebody like Gillian Welch, who just her songs have so much breath and space, and just it gives everybody a place to a pocket to be in, and that kind of those are the people that when I listen to them, that's what really gets me about music.
So I know that you've worked with many, but one person that you seem to collaborate really well with is Christian Rand. You created the High Desert Playboys.
Sure, yeah. So I actually created them first. I had the Playboys was a slightly different lineup, and then I ended up with the lineup that we have. The people we have now. Honestly, the Playboys at this point is about 12 or 13 people that I just sort of draw from.
Wow.
Because we all have 5 bands, so we're all too busy to only be in one band, and we're all most of us are full time.
So you're constantly rotating.
So we have to constantly this bass player isn't available, I'll take somebody else, and we all there's about 10 or 12 bands that all work. They're all the same people that just kind of work together. But the Playboys started with my friend Ryan Goodhue, and my friend Mikey Hale and Bud Melvin, and then shortly thereafter, Kristen joined. And I actually sought her out because she was playing in a bluegrass kind of country band, and then she was also playing in a metal band. And I just thought, that's the kind of person that
Okay.
Yeah, she plays electric fiddle. She plays electric fiddle, and she has a 5-string fiddle and all the effects and everything. And I'm not from the country world originally. I was into grunge and punk rock, and so I meet it somewhere a little bit weirder than most people. So I liked somebody that was stepping out of the box, and we became best friends. She's my best friend in the world. She's an absolutely wonderful person. And now we both are full-time musicians, and most of our income is from the two of us touring together because we just travel well and we have a good sound together. So.
Well, what do you have coming up that we can look forward to?
One of my favorite things we have is Madrid, New Mexico, has a place called the Mine Shaft Tavern, a little ghost town up there, an old historic tavern. And we do Christmas Eve there. So we do a Misfit Christmas Eve for anybody who doesn't have anywhere else to go. Yeah. And the whole town shows up. We bring food because the kitchen closes. And we sit by the fire with acoustic instruments. And it's myself and Lucy Barna, a great singer-songwriter, Tom Andes, who has Tom Andes and the Delta Stomp, and Jackie Chacon of Ordinary Things, a great drummer. And we just sit by the fire and play Christmas songs and play sing-alongs all night.
That's
And it's
wonderful.
Christmas Eve, and I don't have family that lives here, so it's really nice to have something like that to go to. So that's one of my favorite things. So, and of course the Playboys play all the time. I'm full-time, so you can find my schedule. You know, I'm playing all the time.
So where can people learn more about where you're playing and what's coming up?
www.highdesertplayboys.com, clarkandrewlibby.com, also slowstartrecords.com is my label out of Dallas, Texas. And you can also find Kristen Rad _violinist and Clark _ Libby on Instagram. And I'm also in a band called D.B. Gomez and the Bosky Boys, which is out there, and Strangers from Afar, and Silver Sky Blues Band.
You're out there.
They're all, I literally, just look at my pages, the social media pages. I'm on all the social medias. I post everything. So.
Wonderful. Well, Clark, thank you again for coming and talking with us tonight. And we look forward to your upcoming shows.
Thank you. Thanks, Teresa.
Absolutely. We'll be back.